if you're brand new here, we are going to talk about managing your social media effectively, and that's so very important. And if you've just arrived, welcome to the New Life event. My name is Shauna, and I am your host. I'm the CEO of One Choice for Your Store. I'm also the host of Ecom Experts on Webmaster Radio every Monday at 6 p.m. And I love education. Anywhere that you find me, you'll find that I'm just trying to pass on as much education as possible. And if you want to learn more about me, just go check out my bio on the website, because we are here for the New Life event. A special thank you. Please take the time to say thank you to our speakers. Without them, we would have no New Life event. We wouldn't have this amazing education, but thank you to you, our audience. When I came up with the idea for the New Life event, the only way that I thought, how can I get these great speakers to attend and do this for free and everything be for free and no sponsors and no advertisers? Well, then the attendees have to think of ways to bring people here, and they're going to have to spread the word. And you guys are doing a really great job of doing that, and I couldn't be happier. So please continue to spread the word. We're giving out some really great prizes. Plus, we've got our grand prize for each and every day. And remember, you're a winner just by being here. Just by being here and listening to these speakers and listening to these experts, you are going to grow your business. And that makes you a winner. So if you want more information on how you can win prizes, go to twitter-winner.com and please send out tweets telling people to go sign up at the New Life event. If you go to newlifeevent.com, there's a retweet button. Click on that. Put at New Life event. Make sure you've got the hashtag NLE. If you go to tweetchat.com and put in that hashtag and join our chat room, it will automatically put that hashtag in for you. And we've got all the directions on how to do that on twitter-winner.com. If you're not on Twitter, we have a Twitter for Business kit that you can download for free. So we just want to get you involved. And I wish we could do this with Facebook, because I realize people have Facebook and they may not have Twitter, but Facebook is very picky about contests and giveaways, and Twitter basically says have fun and don't spam. So that's why we have to do it with Twitter. So upcoming schedule, we've got a great night of education, and I can't wait to get through it all. So if you have questions, Twitter me over at New Life event. That's what I'm working on all day today to try to get those questions in, and ask questions on the right-hand side. We're going to do our best to get through them. I'm going to go ahead and pass on the screen over to Holly. And Holly, if you could tell us a little about yourself so we can get to know you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let me get my screen. I am Holly Maust. I am a head geek. I love the name Head Geek, and founder of Interactive Swim. We work with clients basically with social media, search, and digital strategy. I started it because I am addicted to social media. I am a geek. And I found a way to help other companies with these kind of digital space. And the name itself, Interactive Swim, is kind of helping companies navigate in the digital space. So today, I'm going to help you run your social media more effectively. And this is really, I love this slide. This is called the hierarchy of digital distractions. And we've all gotten to this point where we have at the bottom, any kind of actual work needs to be done. But as we go through the day, we're getting bombarded by emails, phone calls, Facebook, Twitter, a new voicemail, Skype. And really, how do we figure out how to best use our time? And today, specifically with social media. So what I'd like to say is it's all about the balance. And I think we all struggle with this, and I know I struggle because I'm addicted with it, with social media. So we need to figure out how to balance, manage, and grow our business. And today I'm going to talk about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and a blog. Before you balance, manage, and grow, it's really important that you figure out how much time do you have allotted for social media. I'm not saying to, I think that the last speaker was saying you don't have to spend all day on social media, but you do have to, carve out maybe 30 minutes to an hour each day of social media. You have to figure out what's important, because you are going to want to talk about everything and tweet about everything and update your Facebook. But what do you want to get out of it? Is it sales? Do you want to drive traffic to your site? Are you trying to build a community? It's important that you stay focused with the goals that you want and how you're going to use it. And these are what I call my three saviors. Oh, my TweetDeck, my iPhone, and some people could say, they use a Droid, and Droids are awesome too. They have great applications. And then the lastly is the extensions on either Chrome or Firefox. They are absolutely wonderful to save time. So TweetDeck, iPhone applications or Droid applications, and some of the widgets or applications on Firefox and Chrome. And I'll give you examples with these. So the balancing act. The first one we're going to talk about is Facebook. And I have to tell you, I am so excited about the changes that were made last week with Facebook. I really think that this is going to be a game changer on how people market their companies on Facebook. So in terms of the balance, honestly, depending on your business, you don't have to go overboard with Facebook. Unlike Twitter, where you can make lots of updates, you want to save it to either I say once a day, 1 to maybe 3 times a day, and sporadic. So maybe there's somebody who looks at their Facebook in the morning. Have something there for them. Lunchtime. When they're taking a break, they might look at Facebook. And then in the evening. If there's not a lot of content on your site, then I would say once a day. I see some companies updating it 10, 12 times a day. You don't want to have it overkill. You don't want somebody hiding your posts. So you have to find that happy medium. You do want to make sure that you're reviewing comments and engaging. The nice thing now with the Facebook pages is that you can get an email when somebody makes a comment on your page. You also want to make comments on other fan pages and groups. And this is why this is so important. Now with Facebook, you can make comments not as yourself, but as your company. So I'm on my fan page, and I could say now, I want to use Facebook as interactive swim. And now, let's say there is a company that I'm really trying to market to, or there's a specific group on Facebook that I'm really trying to market to. I can go to them. Let's see, we can, I'm going to go to Mashable. This is one of my favorite websites. And we could say, I read your fan posts all the time. And we could share it. And then what will happen is, it's not going to be sharing this as Holly Maust. It's going to be sharing it as Interactive Swim. So again, if there are people, if there is fan pages, if there are groups on Facebook that you want to target, you now can target as your company as of last week. So it kind of just opened my eyes to think about, the opportunities that are out there. I'm no longer my face on here. I am my face of my company. So, this is something that just launched, but, kind of play around with the groups that you've engaged as yourself and think, is there an opportunity for me to flip the switch on my fan page and begin to market myself as my company? The nice thing here is people will see that post and say, who is Interactive Swim? I need to go to their fan page and find out more information about them. So not only are you marketing yourself, but you're also creating this viral effect by posting on these pages. Some management tools that you can use. I was telling you about extensions. Firefox has an extension so that you can make updates right on your browser. So you don't, you're on your browser, you're on your website, you could just you can go to this extension and make an update. There's also applications. I use my iPhone application all the time, and you can add your Facebook page on that application, so you could be making updates, while you're on the bus, going somewhere. I mean, it's really just limitless. I also love TweetDeck. TweetDeck, you are able to make updates on there. I call this my mission control. And so you are able, I'm going to scroll all the way down, I don't want to get anyone dizzy. You are able to update Facebook and LinkedIn on TweetDeck. Absolutely perfect. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all through one location. Another one that also does that is Hootsuite. So again, when you're thinking about being effective, you want to make sure that you find places that you can post multiple places all at once. I love it. It's great. Again, most of these are free tools too, which is wonderful. People ask me, companies ask me, how do I grow my Facebook fans? There are companies that you can, spend a certain amount of money, and they promise you that they'll get a fan base. I say pull your sleeves up and get to the hard work, so to speak. The biggest and the easiest thing is to add it to your email signature and all your materials. You do it once, and it's out there. Tell your friends and families about being fans. You'll see that your fan base is going to grow just by doing those little things. Tweet and blog about it. Make sure that when you're tweeting, if you have a new post on Facebook, tell people, get them involved. Join groups that are relevant to your interest or business. Again, we're talking about this new Facebook, enhancements. Joining these groups now is a lot more meaningful when you can update as your company. Like other fan pages. So now with the new enhancements, Interactive Swim can see when other fan pages have liked me, and that counts as a traditional like, because it didn't before, and now it does. So I'll go to that page and say, you know what, I'm going to like them too. I'm going to reciprocate. Engage on fan pages as your business. That's key. And buy Facebook ads. It costs a little money. You don't have to blow the budget. But buy Facebook ads. You will grow your Facebook base that way. The next is Twitter. And this one you can kind of definitely lose your effectability. You can get kind of sucked into the moment, so to speak, and really start engaging and not be able to walk away. So, in terms of the balance, retweet something cool and enlightening. I'm going to show you my tweet deck, but there are some people that I follow that I just always find inspiration from. Tweet to someone new. Tweet to someone new. I'm going to show you a tool that I use to find new people. Follow keywords for relevant conversations, utilizing TweetDeck. I say twice a week, review new followers and follow those people. You could get caught up every day saying, oh, did I get a new follower? Oh, did I get a new follower? And that takes a lot of time, little by little by little. So you don't have to do that every single day. Twice a week, see who's following you. And on a weekly basis, I would use Follow Friday. So Follow Friday or hashtag FF is really a nice way to kind of call out somebody that you find interesting, that you maybe work with, that you want to recommend to others. And what happens is when you start to do this, other people are going to recommend you. It's very reciprocal. So, every Friday, think about who should I have as my Follow Friday or FF. Some management tools. These are just a handful. I think I've tried every single management tool on iPhone applications and desktop and web. And these are the ones that have worked well for me. Specifically, I would say Hootsuite is great. CoTweet is a good one as well. TweetDeck. Twitter applications for the iPhone, I've tried many of them, and I really think Twitter has done a great job with their application for the phone. There are also extensions, so Twitter Fox for Firefox, Twirl. Everybody kind of finds their own thing, but these are ones that I would say try them out. If you feel a little uncomfortable saying, Holly, I don't even know where to begin, and the thing that I recommend is most of these actually have YouTube channels. It might help you and save you a lot of time figuring things out by going to their YouTube channel and watching their tutorials. It's great because their tutorials are, visual. You're able to see, okay, this is how I use TweetDeck in this way. So it'll save you time on trying to figure out yourself. Just do a search on YouTube for them. So my TweetDeck, what you're going to find is you're going to start to get, I apologize that I'm going to flip over here. You're going to start to get a lot of noise. The more people that you follow, if you see on the left-hand side, those are all of my friends. You're going to start to see that just spinning out of control. What you want to do is make a buffer of that noise and find things that you are trying to target, whether that's keywords, specific people, topics that you find interesting. So my second column is a great list. It's called Most Influential in Technology. One of the gurus out there put it together. And I have to tell you, I find so much information on that one. And you see, it's not going very fast. I find so much information about what's happening in the space by looking at that one. I live in Pittsburgh, so a couple of my columns are relevant to Pittsburgh. So really, figure out what's important to you, because if you look at the one on the left, if that is the only one that you are looking at, you're going to be spinning your wheels. You want to buffer the noise, and the best way is by using a tool like this, where you're looking at specific Twitter lists, keywords, hashtags, and making that noise go away and making it work for you. Now, there's also apps that come out every single day. Every single day it seems like there are new apps out there. There is, and let me, here it is. There is a wiki page that has been created, and whenever I want to see if there is a new app out there, I go to this page. And it's great because it has it broken out by different categories, and they also have some humor here as well. But it really is great to pull out this wiki page and kind of play around with new apps. But I would first try to figure out, play around with like a TweetDeck or Hootsuite, watch the tutorials, and then once you feel comfortable, go to the next one. If you don't use a TweetDeck or a Hootsuite, you do want to shorten your URLs. So these are some ones. TinyURL is great. Bitly is great. These are ones that you can use. So let's just say you're using Twitter.com, which you're going to be getting the noise again. These are great tools that will shrink your URL. I actually use this on my email signature. I use Bitly for my website so that I can see how much traffic I'm getting from my email signature. I want to see if that's really working for me. So I use Bitly on for my website. Kind of neat. And then the big thing is people ask, how can I grow my Twitter followers? Everybody wants to know, how do you do that? And again, similar to other social, it's promoting yourself. So on all your materials, including your email signature, put that information out there. When I was starting, I loved Guy Kawasaki. He was saying follow what's called the SAMORE, social media whores. There are some, really gurus out there. And that one column is probably most of them. Hear what they're saying, engage with them. Again, the Follow Friday. A lot of people when they first start, they say, oh, I don't want to follow people. They tweet too much. I don't want to follow them. Don't let that deter you from following somebody. Again, if you set up a TweetDeck, that noise on the left-hand side of my columns, you won't even see that. You're going to see the things that are relevant to you. Another great tool is Twitter chats. I know that the last speakers talked about them too. I have found an absolutely wonderful directory that has, that has every single Twitter chat schedule. It is something that a gentleman created, and if you see, there's 1239 users on this right now. So somebody can go in if they have a new Twitter chat and update this. Let's just say I am in the, let's look for one, the Arbonne International. I'm selling those products. But I want to hear what my counterparts are doing. I can go here and say, okay, here's when the Twitter chat schedule is. Here's when they are running, and here's who's running it. And this, honestly, the list is huge, and you could just do a search on keywords to see if there's something for you. A lot of times with the Twitter chats, they are in the evenings. So you kind of have to balance that with if you have a family. But know that most of these Twitter chats are in the evenings. but they are so resourceful, not only to learn new things, but for sales, finding new prospects, and for building your Twitter base. Yeah, WeFollow is also great. WeFollow.com. You can see if by subject. So when you go here, it's always these kind of top ones: celebrity, music, social media, entrepreneur. But I can say, I want to see who's kind of following Pittsburgh. I'm able to see who's the most influential person, or handles, because these aren't people in a lot of cases, who's the most influential handle following Pittsburgh? Or who's the most, who has the most followers following Pittsburgh? But again, it doesn't have to be city. It could be, in celebrity, music, social media. You name it. And start to engage in these people that are the most influential. Follow them, talk to them, and see, do you start to come up in the ranks, or are you coming down in the ranks within this space? Is there somebody that, wow, I didn't even know they were here? That kind of opens it up for you. Another great tool is Mr. Tweet. If you go to MrTweet.com, you'll also find another way to grow your Twitter followers. So somebody asked me how I do it, and this is definitely does not fall in line of being effective. I got a little zealous with my plight to get to 1,000 3 years ago. Every night for 4 months, I searched keywords that I was interested, and I engaged in the conversation. I tweeted all the time. I followed everyone who followed me. I stole followers. So I saw people that that were counterparts in, I worked at another agency, and I started to follow those people that they were following. I figured, oh, they're following them, I'll follow them too. I made sure that all my tweets were retweetable. I made sure that there was enough space that somebody would retweet it and that somebody would want to. TweetDeck became my best friend, and it still is to this day. And would I do it again this way? Absolutely not. It's a killer. I would definitely do it gradual. I think numbers are important, but I have a caveat with that. If you have a brick and mortar place, I'm from Pittsburgh, so I'll use Pittsburgh. If you have a brick and mortar place in Pittsburgh, you probably don't need to focus or follow people in Los Angeles. You want to first make your brick and mortar community the most important aspect of your Twitter following. I see it all the time. I get followed by a bug company in the middle of nowhere and many states over, and I'm like, why? I would focus on, if you're brick and mortar now, focus on your community and growing that, and then start to expand your reach little by little. Another gold mine, which I don't think a lot of people, they set up their LinkedIn profile, and then they don't do anything with it. LinkedIn is definitely a gold mine. It's kind of the go-to place, so to speak, for businesses. Get group conversations emailed to you. You can join groups on LinkedIn that are alumni related or business topical related, and you can engage in them. But get the conversations emailed to you instead of going back and forth to that site, because it's going to get very time consuming. On a weekly basis, review the connection status, see what's happening within your network. Update your status. So similar to Facebook, you can update your status on Twitter. You're not going to want to say there, I just had lunch and it was fabulous. You're going to want to say something about your business, something that you read that you find very interesting, maybe an event that you're going to. Make it business related. There's also a thing called LinkedIn Answers. It's very similar to Yahoo Answers, but it is business related. There are people on there, on LinkedIn, making money by answering the answers. So they are combing the answers for their specific topic. Let's just say somebody says, I need help building my social media strategy. You see that all the time in LinkedIn Answer. There are people following those things and jump on that, saying, I could help you. Here's an example of what I've done. So, there really is an opportunity there to grow your business. Add events when needed. I do a search once a week for events in Pittsburgh. And that's a great way to kind of see the pulse of what's happening in your community, maybe find new connections within LinkedIn, and really grow your network. Some of the tools that I use, iPhone, again, has a great application. Firefox has what's called LinkedIn Companion. So if you use Firefox or Chrome or even Internet Explorer, you can do a search in their extensions, and Firefox has some great ones, and that's why I use that as example. And TweetDeck, as well as Hootsuite. So again, you don't have to go to LinkedIn.com and kind of, again, waste time by going there. Kind of hone a place, find a place, a Hootsuite, a TweetDeck, and do all your conversations there. Now you will have to go there for the answers and for the group communication. Again, groups, you're going to get emailed, and answers, don't get nuts with going there, because it's definitely will take a lot of time if you start to kind of get entranced with that. How to grow your LinkedIn connections. Upload your contacts. There is a way to upload your contacts in LinkedIn. And a lot of people don't realize this. So when you add a connection, you can import your email contacts. Most people know like CSV. So say you have your email contacts in a spreadsheet. You can upload them here, and it's going to show you who's on LinkedIn. So there's that time of trying to find them on here, keep putting people's names. You don't have to do that. You can just upload them in a CSV format. I try to pull my Outlook contacts quarterly to see if there are new people in here. And it's great because you just click on a button and invitations are sent. Another way to grow your LinkedIn connections, join groups that are relevant to you. After you meet someone, I do this all the time. After you meet someone in person, invite them to become a connection. If you have an iPhone and they have an iPhone, you can bump them and become a connection with LinkedIn on the LinkedIn app. So it kind of makes it a little easier. Make your profile public. Don't be afraid of the information out there. I don't put my phone number, but I do put my email address. I want people to be able to see me and to be able to reach me. And, I think what's so important here, and really with all social media, think SEO with copy in your profile. It is so, so important with a profile, because all of these things, the Google spiders are looking at this. People on LinkedIn are doing searches for experts. So when you are putting copy in your profile, you know, think, how do I want to be searched? How do I want to be searched? And those are the key words that you are going to want to use in your profile. The last is WordPress. Now, you know, some people use Tumblr, some people use Blogger. You know, there's so many different applications. Personally, I think Tumblr is kind of up and coming. And if you haven't looked at it, check it out. Extremely easy to use. But for this speaking thing, we're going to talk about WordPress. The whole thing with blogs, and I tell clients this all the time, you have to get a schedule. You don't want to create one and then forget it. It's just, you just can't do that. So you want to get a schedule, and you maybe once or twice a week, pick a date. This is the day I am going to blog. You know, I use Outlook a lot. Block off time. Make a reoccurring appointment. Every Monday, every Wednesday for an hour, I'm going to do a blog post. Have an editorial calendar. So create a spreadsheet, or maybe it's even a calendar made out of from a Word doc, and say, you know what, there are certain themes that let's just say you do email blasts to your clients. Those themes that are in your email blast, you want to carry them over to your social media. It's going to make your marketing so much more effective. You know, have those blog posts similar to what you're putting out there. I also tell people that you don't have to use text all the time for your blogs. You can mix it up. You can use videos. You can create a what's called a vlog. You know, make a vlog post. Maybe there's a photo that there's a photo with a great story behind it. That can be a blog post. Don't get mired down in the text portion of it. You know, there are other ways to tell a story. Another way to get content and to keep it fresh is get guest bloggers. You know, the people that you're engaging in these spaces on Twitter, on Facebook, you know, see if they'll guest blog for you. What's great is they're guest blogging. They're probably going to tell their community, hey, I just wrote a post on Holly's blog. Come and read it. It's going to drive traffic. Another great site is recently been launched about a month and a half ago. Chris Brogan, and this is the link below, Chris Brogan has created an email newsletter that once a week you can get blog topics. He gives maybe, I want to say about 10, 15 blog topics every Monday. I think it's about $7.95 a month. But the blog topics are absolutely wonderful. And he also gives you some helpful tips on how to be a better blogger. So if you go to that link, it will send you to Chris Brogan's program. A lot of people say, oh, I don't know what to write this week. I'm having a block. You know, this would be a great tool for you if that happens to you a lot. In terms of management tools, again, iPhone has an application for WordPress. There is an extension on Firefox. Hootsuite is great because you can make a post on Hootsuite, which we were talking about. We can do LinkedIn, we can do Facebook, we can do Twitter. Yes, folks, we can do a blog post on Hootsuite too. You never have to leave Hootsuite. It's fabulous. And how to increase your blog traffic? You want to have what's called link love. You know, a lot of times you'll go to a blog and you will see what's called a blog roll. that's links to other people's blogs. You want to have a blog roll, and you want to be on other people's blog rolls too. Share that link love. Make sure with WordPress there's some great SEO plugins. Again, we have to think, how are people searching for me? How do I want them to search for me? SEO is so important. Make sure you have those plugins in your blog. Add yourself to directories. There's all kinds of directories out there, depending on Technorati is the largest one, but there are even niche directories out there. Put yourself out there. Add share buttons to your blog. Make it so that people can share it with their friends, either on Twitter or Facebook. Comment on other blogs. Get out in the space and comment on other blogs. People will be like, who is this Holly Maust? I need to go to her site and check her out. Email signature. It's an easy marketing tool. Use the bit.ly like I did. You can see how many people are coming into your blog from your email. Promote on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. LinkedIn even has a blog application so that you can even showcase your blog on your LinkedIn profile. How wonderful is that? Participate in tweet chats. Tell the people on tweet chats, hey, I'm writing this blog. Check it out. Let me know. Do you want to be a guest blogger? Most communities also have blogger events, meetups, tweetups, even specific blogger events. Go to them. Start out small within your community and just keep getting bigger. And this is what I say, the final line of the defense. If you feel like you are spending way too much time on a site, there is a site called keepmeout.com. And it's going to warn you if you have gone over the allotment. So, if you're like, oh man, I keep going to the site, and I know, all of a sudden, I started at 8 and it's noon time. How did that happen? This is your final line of defense. It's going to tell you, whoop, Holly, you've been on here an hour. Get off the thing. And really, remember, in order to balance, manage, and grow your social media profiles, you need a game plan. And that's really, the social media strategy. Figure out what you want to get out of social media. Set some time aside for it. Pick a couple of key tools that you can use on multiple sites. Hootsuite, TweetDeck, those are definitely awesome. And the iPhone applications as well. And know when to walk away and spend time with your family and friends, folks. And I think I'm going to turn it over now to Shauna.
My other window got in front of my mute window, so I'm so very sorry. So Majestic Jewelry, Majestic Jewelry, you are our latest winner, who just wrote, keep me out. I love it. That is definitely a good tool that we definitely need. I love it. I love it. So make sure that you head over to twitter-winner.com to claim your prize. Absolutely wonderful.
Do we have any questions?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay.
All right. So biggest question we got a couple times is, where can you get this Twitter chat schedule?
Yeah, so let me go back to my page. So there's going to be this big gobbledygook, so to speak. Don't look at this link. Go to here. It's bit.ly/chat-schedule.
All right. And we'll make sure that we get in there. I'm sure somebody will get in there and also put that into put that into the Twitter stream. Make sure that you guys have that because that's just absolutely wonderful. Majestic Jewelry is saying, oh my God, yes, you won. All right. So I love it when they do that. It's so adorable. Okay, so Julie wanted to know, how do you send a message to someone on Twitter that you want to connect with, which is a great question. Julie just joined Twitter.
So, if this is like a private one, then we kind of have a problem because, they have to follow you. But a lot of times I will just reach out to somebody. I'll find them. I'm trying to think. This happened to me recently. There was an entrepreneur in my market who is 20 years old and was recently on CNN. And I just wanted to talk to him. I wanted to see what was making him tick as a 20-year-old, big-time entrepreneur. I found him on Twitter, and I just sent him a tweet. And I just said, I'm just wanting to hear more about your story and just to kind of pick your brain. He doesn't know me from Adam, so to speak. And he reached back out, and he said, yeah, let's meet for coffee. So I think just being open and finding those kind of people and starting a dialogue, I haven't really come across anybody who's like, you know what, I don't have time for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And don't be afraid to reach out to people, really. Don't be afraid at all. It's what I love about it is because it is online, is that if they do reject you, you usually don't know. But it's true, you know what I mean? I mean, like if they're going to reject you, what are they going to do? Not pay attention to you? I mean, you're really not going to see that. I mean, come on, guys. So what I mean is don't be afraid to get out there and at least try, go out there and try. Don't be afraid of it. So, and then Michelle wanted to double check. What was that Kick Me Out app again?
Oh, kickmeout.com?
Yeah.
I love Kick Me Out because, again, if some of us are addicted, and we need a slap in the face, every hour saying, hey, get off the site.
Get off there. Yeah, exactly. And
yeah.
And just, it's time to take a break. My kids do that for me. Thank you very much.
There you go.
They're like, yeah, you need to move it along. And I'm like, but then how will you ever know what's going on with me? Just kidding. Just kidding.
I love it.
We play this really great game. By the way, I just saw this in a movie, and I'll just tell you this real quick. But you say good day, bad day, and you have your kids tell you the best thing that happened in their day and the worst thing about their day, and it is such a great way to get dialogue from your children, because I used to say, how was your day? And they go, fine. But then when you say good day, bad day, you get like, oh, well, I got an A on my test. Really? Good. What was your bad day? Oh, well, so-and-so did this and this and this. And it was like, oh, tell me more. So if you're ever looking for a way to engage, see, I can help you get engaged with your customers and your children. Holly, thank you for a absolutely wonderful, wonderful presentation.
Thank
it was
you.
absolutely wonderful. So thank you so very much. Thank you. Oh, we're going to leave that up there for a little bit longer so that way people know how to get in touch with you. And make sure that you connect on Twitter. And you're going to have to go on Twitter and read all the messages to you. It's just absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Great.
Thank you, guys.